Frank Beddor, the author of Looking Glass Wars, has been kind enough to come to St. James School. And Mr. Beddor is working on book number 2, Seeing Red, right here in Los Angeles. So give it up for Frank Beddor.
Good job! I was interested in creating kind of a dynamic interaction with the kids. So I didn't want to read from my book because it didn't, no matter what part of the book I would read from, it wouldn't encapsulate the whole thing. So what I like to do when I go to the kids is tell them the backstory about the British Museum, bring out the cards, bring out the box, tell them about the antiquities dealer, and start with that visual idea. Bring them in visually. Bring them in with curiosity. What is this? What is this box? Where does this come from? And then act out the story for them in a real dynamic way so it feels visceral, so it feels like they're connected to it. This is the Heart Palace. This palace is at the center of the capital city of Wonderland, and there has been a bloody civil war raging for years between Queen Genevieve, the Queen of Hearts, and her evil sister Red. I'm proud that after my presentations, a lot of reluctant readers are interested in reading my book. And I attribute that to a couple of things. I use a lot of visuals to motivate the kids to read the book because the world is so visual. With the internet and games and movies, we're competing with those mediums. And so I use visuals of the world, of the characters, to draw them in, and so then they get excited because they see something. And that makes a connection for them, and they want to read about how does that character work, how does that creature work, how does that weapon work. And I think my enthusiasm for the world and the articulation of some of the characters and what they're going through, kids identify with. So he follows the glow of amazing art or amazingly creative people, so it's all about creativity.
In Paris, in the book, it's like all about, yeah, he goes to the Louvre.
Okay, that's yours. There you go.
And he visits hat stores.
And then the other thing I always do is talk to them about the movie because they see how visual it is, so they say, well, you're going to make a movie, and then I tell them, of course I want to make a movie, but I'm stymied. I cannot find 2 young kids to play young Alice and Dodge. And I bring them up and I hold auditions for the movie. And then I set up the stage that they like each other. And then I tell them there's a kiss. And then they run from the stage. I go, I'm kidding, there's no kiss.
There are mounds of delicious food, and you and I begin to dance.
Okay, put your hand out, put your hand out. Take her hand. Okay, okay, say your line. No, say your line right there.
This isn't a military exercise.
Okay, good.
I order you not to go anywhere. You see, while we are dancing, Red and her soldiers crash into the room. It is a surprise attack. People are screaming and running.
People are dying.
People are dying. But you stay calm. You promise to protect me.
Okay, it's from the heart.
You know I'd protect you, Alice.
Excellent! Give them a round of applause! Woo! And then I ask them to point out the evilest teacher, and then I have her come up and read for the evilest character in my book. Minion the cat!
Cat, come to the observation dome at once.
Down, down! Rob, 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 rob! Yes! Okay, now come up. Now meow, meow. That brings in everybody. It brings in the teachers, it brings in the kids, and then I do Q&A afterwards, and at that point there's such an energy created. And I feel an affinity for that. I feel like I can break down that adult student wall, and that allows them to really be engaged and present. So it's one of the more rewarding aspects of promoting and talking about my story, is going right to the source. And then they want to ask questions because a lot of them have read it, and I sign and I answer questions, and it's a really amazing experience. Who's your favorite character?
Hatter.
Hatter? He's pretty cool. Hey, Ellen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Now, I really want to thank you because you guys asked great questions. And if anything else comes up or you want anything signed, make sure you tell Kelly because I'm not that far away. And maybe I can come back for Seeing Red.
Yeah. I remember.
We'll read it, and once it comes out,
Last
we'll read it
question.
for book
Okay,
club.
last question. Let's hear it.
If we are your council, can we get 5% of your profits?
Wow! This is a tough school.
Having the feedback from kids in terms of what they like and what they feel is working and what sparks their imagination is really important feedback, and it does affect and it does influence what comes out for book 2. At least it does for me.
Long Thanks, guys. You guys are a riot.